So how to get into tech sales with no prior experience. In this video, it's just a story style video. I'll go through some key points. Really not structured. My goal is just kind of structure some of these videos in the future. But I just want to go through my story, how I actually moved or went from having a job at T-Mobile to actually landing a job in tech sales. And just the whole process, like how did I even find out about it, how that worked and everything like that. But we'll jump into that right after we do this, which is what's good, family. I'm Martez Kelly, and I want to thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. A lot has changed since the first video that I actually recorded, the ones that y'all have seen lately. I'm actually here right now. My family is gone. And I wanted to come at y'all and give y'all, like I said before, some structured videos where I actually give you guys some advice, give you guys some steps, or actually give you guys a full story, which is exactly what I'm doing in this video. If y'all hear any of that in the background, I'll try my best to edit it and clean it up for y'all. But this is my exact journey. So I've been at T-Mobile for a long time. I actually reached out to one of my coworkers. I was just talking to him and we was just chopping it up, and he was like, man, I'm not gonna go into like giving companies and stuff, but he was like, man, I think you should actually come work with me. Like, we left T-Mobile and man, it's a game changer. Like, you do less, you make more money, they actually appreciate you, you working with smarter people who you can build with, people who he was just living, like pouring it on me. And for me, it was just exposure at that moment, because it was just, for me, it was like T-Mobile was smooth. It was like, it paid the bills, wasn't really a place where you got a lot of career advancement. You can move around and stuff like that, but the pay wasn't like, obviously what it is now in tech sales. But he was like, man, you should come do it. You should do this. And then the one thing that he said, and this is his words, these aren't mine, but it stuck with me, and I was just like, dang, that might be right. He was like, working the weekends and nights are for suckers, man. Like, you don't deserve that. You need to get you another career. And I was like, dang, okay. And then for me, that was just an awakening moment. It was just like, all right, okay, all right, cool. Sounds good then. So what he actually did was, I sent him my resume, and I'm gonna create a video. If y'all want this video, let me know in the comment section down below, where I basically talk about what resumes and how my resume actually evolved over time to ultimately getting me a job. Sent him just a resume because I was with T-Mobile for so long. I really just sent him something blank, and then because there was an internal referral, they interviewed me. And at this moment, I didn't know I was interviewing for a tech sales job. But he was like, it's like an entry-level job. After it's all is said and done, if you hit 100% of your goals, you're looking at about, I think he said like 72 grand a year. And he was just pouring it on. I was like, man, this is sweet. I think the split was like, it was like 60-40. So my base pay would have been around, and these are rough numbers, somewhere around 40-50 grand a year. And Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, it was beautiful. So and that was just something for me. It was like, man, that sounds perfect. And just to give y'all a little background on T-Mobile, I haven't talked about it a lot on the channel, but with me, when I was working for T-Mobile, I chose the closing shifts so I can actually run my real estate business during the day, or YouTube during the day, or just spend time with my family throughout the day. And then I would actually go into T-Mobile somewhere around 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, depending on which store I was at. And I would work from 2 to 8. But as any of you guys know who work in retail, probably some of you guys watching my channel in retail right now and want to make that switch. In retail, you don't really get off when your scheduled time is. You get off when the last customer leaves the store. So having that conversation with him was a real game changer. I didn't know I was applying for a tech sales job. The interview was terrible. Like, this was like ultimate defeat. Like I really felt like, and then my whole problem too was I put a lot on the interview itself. So I didn't know anything about the interview process, but I put so much pressure on myself to actually land the job. It was like, hey, if you don't land the job, like you in a whole world of trouble. It was just like, it was just so much pressure that I put on myself about the job. When I was doing my interview prep, a couple of the things that have become the norm now, and I'll talk about that once again. If you guys want to see that video, comment down below. But some of the things that became the norm when going through the interview process, I had no idea I should be doing it. One of the things that I'll give you guys, you probably have heard this, but you should do a lot of research into the people who are actually you're talking to. You need to do a lot of research. I'm talking about anything that you can find on the person to find some kind of personal connection that y'all can build off of. That'll work heavily in your favor. And like I said, if you want the video, let me know in the comment section down below. But I put a lot of time into researching the people that I didn't spend a lot of time on researching the questions. I know one of the things that helped me a lot in some of the interviews that I went through that landed me a couple different offers. I hate to keep teasing y'all on different videos, but I will for sure go into like the exact steps that I took to prepare for an interview, prepare for a job, do research on the company. But man, I went through the interview and it was terrible. I even remember like, it was so bad I think they were toying with me. That's how bad it was. And I mean, I took that hit on the chin. They got me. I mean, she asked me a question like, what would you do if you won the lottery? And it was just like, I was like, whoa. And the thing about it was my fiance, who's now my wife, she asked me the night before and was like, what would you do if you won the lottery? I'm like, bro, they not gonna ask me that question. What honestly called me for? They not gonna ask me that question, so I'm not even gonna worry about it. But it was a tough interview. They completely ghosted me once everything was all said and done. And I mean, with how bad my performance was in the interview, I mean, I completely understand. So one of the things, if y'all haven't watched the video already, I'll go ahead and put it in the card up above, where you can actually go check that video out. Where my whole premise behind the video was, if you keep getting denied, this is just some advice for if you keep getting denial letters. Check that video out right after this one. But for me, it was just, I felt so defeated. They ghosted me. I kept sending emails, reaching out to this person, reaching out to that person. Felt so defeated. And I just really gave up on the whole idea. But then I was actually scrolling down Instagram and I saw my brother, Smitty. He posted that he actually just landed a job for a company and in tech sales. And I was like, yo, like, what is that? And just to let y'all know, right after I accepted my failure on that first interview, I told myself I want to do something like that. I want a remote job, remote sales job. I didn't even know tech sales was a thing. I said I want a remote sales job, and I don't care what it is that I do, as long as I can work from home and I can actually control my paycheck when it comes to selling. So let me drink some water. And I know this video long, but I'm trying to pour as much game as I can into y'all. But I said I wanted a remote sales job, and for me, I was like, I wanted at least $52,000 a year, and I was like, I want to make $1,000 a week. That was just my base. It was like, I want a remote sales job, making $1,000 a week. So from that point, I was like, okay, this is what I want. I saw Smitty. He posted the tech sales thing on his Instagram. I reached out to him like, how you hear about this? Like, what can I do? What can I do? How did this work with it? And he sent me the video, which I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all seen, with Anthony O'Neal. I'll put the video somewhere around here. But he sent that video to me and I watched it. He said that video changed his life. Him posting that on his channel or on his Instagram is what changed my life. And I was just like, from that point forward, I was like, bro, this is exactly what I just asked for. So at that point, I was like, man, I want to buy a house this year, so I'm just gonna wait. I'm not gonna do a job change yet. I'm gonna wait. And while talking with, cause I'm a real estate agent, talked to a bank, a lender. I was like, can I change my job? They're like, as long as you're moving from sales to sales, you will be able to keep your same. I was like, sweet. So at that point, I just went on this craze. I told my girl, I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be present really because I'm making a commitment to get a job. So in that video, y'all will see that he actually recommended Course Careers. I have a Course Careers affiliate link as well and a discount code. So if you guys do plan on going through the course, use my discount code, which is in the description box down below. And Martez50 is the promo code. I decided, you know what, I'm going to go with Course Careers. But then I also knew that I know nothing about this industry at all. So I said, I need to get a couple different courses. Coursera. I should have a link for Coursera in the description box as well. I used them both. And with Coursera, I actually was going through a Salesforce course. I went through a tech sales course, and then obviously Course Careers course. I was just trying to learn as much as I possibly can because I knew I was coming in from ground zero. And the whole thing is because I made that commitment, I think I started around mid to late March, and I actually accepted a job offer within a month. And I'm gonna be completely honest with y'all. I went through tech sales, I went through Course Careers and Coursera. I didn't complete any of the courses. I have to be completely transparent with you guys. That's exactly what it is. But I accepted a job offer, 2 job offers, honestly, before I even could complete the course. And when I say I was applying like a crazy guy, I really was. I was probably doing anywhere from 50 to 100 applications a day. I made sure I fixed my resume. I was actually I was doing everything I possibly can. I'm talking about I had interviews scheduled back to back to back. Now, most people won't come about things with that amount of craze, and rightfully so, you shouldn't. But for me, it was just that practice, having so many interviews, being able to take stories from here. It was like practicing every single day, okay, filling out this application, talking to this recruiter over the phone. And when I actually got to the end, to the job that I actually accepted, it was so easy and it was such a great flow to get through that interview because it was like so much stuff has actually led up to that one moment. And that's the exact process for me actually going from T-Mobile to actually landing a career in tech sales. Just to those people out there who say, oh, you had a career in sales, that's what helped you. If you actually click the link in the description for Course Careers, you will see a lot of other different people who put reviews up for different jobs, people who weren't even in sales at all who actually landed a job. And for me, you don't have to have sales experience. In my opinion, you don't have to have sales experience to actually land a job in tech sales. A lot of companies will just throw yourself at you because this role is tough for a lot of people, and they just can't stand the grind of it. But if you have no problem grinding, if you have no problem, like, I'll go into the actual day in the life stuff at a later point, but the turnover is so high. Don't get down on yourself. You just want to make sure that you actually get in. And that's it, man. I think I'll wrap the video up here where it's like, it was really that. That was all it was. In the beginning, I didn't even know I was applying for a tech sales job. Once I found out what it actually was, I made a commitment and said, hey, this is exactly what I'm going to do. After I made that commitment, it was easy because it was something that I could do. I just made the commitment. I did over 50 to 100 applications a day. I was doing interviews every single week. Probably after I know at some points I had like 2 a day. I was really moving. At some point, I don't want to make this video too long. I'll probably talk about some of the interview experiences I have. And then I do plan on giving y'all some weeks in the life, days in the life of an SDR. But I'll end this video here. I know it looks like it's long. It's like 15 minutes right now. But I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you could pull something out of this video and actually apply it to your journey. Like I said, discount codes in the description box down below. I love you guys so much. Peace.